$500 million will go to states to improve the quality of early childhood education in disadvantaged communities.
Both Ohio and Kentucky applied for the Race to the Top Early Learning Challenge. This month, we find out which states made the cut. Only 9 News reporter Brandy Smith tells you why early learning matters in a special report called 0 to 5. Brandy?
Some argue that there may be no more important issue at the moment in education than the early learning period from conception to 5. Tonight, the story is just how very important it is that parents take full responsibility for this critical time, which, by the way, means you might have to spend a lot less money on TVs and computers. Moms and dads feel a lot of pressure to get it right. Take Margarita Carrillo. She's here on a Saturday morning at an early learning symposium at Summit Country Day School.
The anxiety also comes from you only get that one chance to do it, and you want to do it right. You want to be able to offer them everything you can to be able to learn correctly, to be able to just make the right decisions.
Margarita is not alone in her anxiety. She's here in a room filled to capacity. Everyone concerned about how to raise good kids. Educational psychologist and author Michelle Borba.
What we need to do as a group of parents is just be a little more intentional. Turn off that TV.
The American Academy of Pediatrics announced a new policy recently. Babies and toddlers under the age of 2 should learn more from play, not screens.
We've turned parenting almost into a consumer-driven business when parents have been told, plug your kid in, or certain tapes or Baby Einstein is going to impact your child's intellectual development. And so we do it not knowing what the real research says.
The director of Xavier University's Montessori Lab School, Gina Lofquist, agrees.
I think we end up being very dependent on what marketing people are telling us and what companies are saying that our children need, when the reality is it's quite simple what they need. You know, it really does surround them.
Borba says the 2 best ways to play with your child don't cost any money.
Your face is absolutely glorious. Your funny faces, your happy faces, your sad faces, little ones mirror that. What does that do? It plants the seeds for emotional intelligence.
The second best toy, your voice.
Yeah, you can show how you draw.
Anytime, any shape and way. Talk to your child. When I say talk, talk naturally.
There you go, there's a circle.
What the real research says is there is nothing more powerful than your voice. Your children relate best to your tone, your voice, and not the TV.
These simple yet focused things we can do at home as parents have a huge impact, Lofquist says.
There's a real play that happens very early on, and what we as a society have to comprehend is they're the future. And we have to place as much value on birth to 5 as we do high school, as we do junior high. It's not just about headed to a university, which is odd for me to be saying because it's incredibly important education at all levels, but 0 to 5 is incredibly important, yet we don't get the information publicly out like we do at the other ages.
What makes this time so important is how rapidly the brain is growing. It's near adult size by the age of 7, according to Dr. Frank Putnam. He's a professor of pediatrics and child psychiatry. He says as the brain grows, it makes connections, and without stimulation, certain connections never get made.
I mean, that's what makes you smart, is the connections. And connections are influenced by life experiences. And it's the things that happen to those kids in those first 5, 6 years of life that really shape their brains.
I wish I knew all of this information prior to my son being born. I'm sure I would have done some things differently. We know as parents it's such an important time, but I don't think I realized how important. Go to WCPO.com, School Zone 9 for more ideas on how to maximize this 0 to 5 time in your child's life. Tomorrow at 5, I'll report on the quest for quality childcare. Brendan and Carol?
All right, thanks, Brandy. I think we all feel that way, that we wish we had known more when our children were little.
Yes, indeed. But we knew this was